Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It is Monday, October 4th, 2021. Yes, we're back for another installment in your favorite 2 hours of TA, market analysis, news, so much more. It's your boy Crypto Jack holding it down for yet another stream, joined as always by two of CC's illustrious analysts. We got Alex and Jason with us this afternoon. How are you guys doing?
I'm well, thank you.
All right, that's Alex. I might turn him up a touch. And yes, guys, I neglected to get Alex his new mic over the weekend, but I promise we'll get on top of that this week.
It's that bad again?
It's okay. It's functional, and I can hear you. But it's lacking for quality. Your audio had greater fidelity on the previous laptop, but
well, the last one was a streaming top, and this one is a gaming.
Right. So in this case, bear with us, guys. I assure you, Alex's audio quality will be improved in due time. I promise. I will get him a new headset microphone. But with that said, let's hear from Jason. Is Jason kicking it with us today? Jason, where art thou? All right, Jason's here.
Wow.
Maybe he's muted.
If he's here, we can't hear you, Jason. You must have screwed up your mic in the last 5 minutes.
Hello? What the hell?
Oh, well, you're good now.
I'm definitely here. Sorry. I'm here with you, buddy. Sorry, I didn't realize that my mic was muted.
All right, I'm going to turn Jason up a little more because his mic...
Yeah, he's pretty low.
I got to turn him up to like 180%.
Changes every day. I don't get it.
I'm down here, guys. I'm here. I'm still here.
Hello.
Oh, Jason, there's Alex dunking on you on your mic quality, but then again, he's one to talk, right?
Oh, house myself.
Indeed. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, guys. We do have about 90 minutes in store for you today. Got a little bit of news to cover, not a whole lot though. It's pretty quiet. Bitcoin, of course, had a pretty interesting weekend, if I say so. Myself, we wandered up. I feel like after Friday's close. Let me take a look. So this was, I feel like we wrapped the show up, and then I feel like the market took off on us, and the weekend was mostly sideways from there. Then this morning we had a dip down to just below 47K. I thought that was it. The weekend fake out little pump that we had was over with, but hey, by the time I scheduled the show, price had moved up pretty dramatically. There was like a 3% move on the hourly just a couple hours ago, guys. Yes, indeed. Breakdown here, like I said, just below 47K before we came up, so it's kind of interesting to see where we are. Traditionals, of course, kind of slipping a little bit today, so Alex is going to fill you in on all that TA and more. So there is your brief update there. Let's go ahead and get into the news. Like I said, not too much to cover here, mostly the price action, which I just briefly touched on, but let's go ahead and get into it. I got this first piece here from AMB Crypto. Just checking something here. Yeah, audio levels look good. Feedback, of course, is always welcome. Do let me know. Audio levels good. Is the music coming in okay too? But in the meantime, let's return to this piece titled U.S. Senator says stablecoins enable faster payments, financial inclusion, but there's a big but at the end of it. Let's take a closer dive to see which senator this was. As cryptocurrencies are becoming more and more commonplace in the financial world, the demand for stablecoins has also risen significantly, and that has proved true as data shows that the total supply of stablecoins has increased from $20 billion to more than $125 billion over the past year alone. Naturally, this has prompted interest from lawmakers, regulators, as well as U.S. senators. One such senator, Cynthia Lummis, from Republican senator, pro-crypto representative, is the latest to raise red flags concerning the asset class. In a recent speech, she spoke about her overall views on CBDCs and stablecoins. This speech comes ahead of the Federal Reserve's report on the same matter. Admitting the various benefits of stablecoins have had in the financial world, she says it enables faster payments between people and businesses over fiat dollars. She also said that the concept promotes financial inclusion and new market opportunities. However, she did add that there are some, quote, novel risks that pose risks to the economy as a whole. Here's the quote: stablecoins must be 100% backed by cash and cash equivalents, and this should be audited regularly. I am concerned that some stablecoins are not always fully backed by appropriate assets in a transparent manner, end quote. Moreover, she added that stablecoins need to comply with anti-money laundering and sanctions law. Having said that, the senator even suggested some, quote, potential solutions for this emerging group. The need for regulation and auditing of stablecoins is necessary because stablecoins do not promise holders a profit. They do deliver maintenance of a specific value. This presents the need for thorough auditing of the company reserves, Loomis suggested, blah, 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 blah. Indeed, this is something we can agree on. Even as crypto maximalists of sorts, I think one thing, not to say that, I spend my nights tossing in my sleep, worried about whether or not these USDTs are fully backed or not. I really don't think it's that important, but and some aspect of me does sit with Cynthia here, and I agree. Maybe stablecoins indeed are quite a benefit to us, the wider financial space. Just got to make sure that they are audited and fully backed would be a nice benefit. So I think Cynthia and I are on the same page on this one. There you go, the Republican from 1 second here. Let me quickly Google where Cynthia Loomis is from. She hails from, of course, U.S. Senator from the state of Wyoming. Okay, there you have it. All right, let's get into the next piece here. I have another couple news items to touch on this Monday afternoon. Ethereum's Joe Lubin defends SEC amid the Ripple lawsuit. As the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is facing a barrage of criticism for its scattershot approach to regulating crypto, the much-feared regulatory agency has found a supporter within the industry itself. This is, of course, CoinSys CEO, or Consensus CEO, Joseph Lubin. In a recent interview with The Information, Lubin, who's known as one of Ethereum's co-founders, claims that the SEC's chair, Gary Gensler, demands for greater authority in the regulating crypto industry are justified. The head of the Ethereum's development studio says that the agency has a lot of, quote, legit arguments. The SEC may have legit arguments in cases that are being discussed right now. Certain that they do. While Ripple, the company that was sued by SEC in December over its unregistered security sales, accuses the agency of stifling innovation in the U.S., Lubin does not think that this is the case. He wrote, I do not believe SEC is trying to squelch innovation. Ripple's adamant that XRP was treated unfairly by the SEC since, unlike Ether, has never received regulatory clarity. And another speech by a former SEC top official said that Ether was not an unregistered security, became a breeding ground for conspiracy theories about potential interest within the XRP community. Some are convinced that Hinman had skin in the game merely because of his ties to the Simpson Thacher law firm, which is a member of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Yet the SEC made it clear that it had not taken an official position on its regulatory status, and Hinman was only expressing his personal opinion. Yes, but it's undeniable that projects like Ethereum have mostly gotten the blessing of regulators, but here, in fact, there might even be some hanky-panky, some little double dipping over here at the Simpson Thacher law firm. Indeed, the regulators and their board seats and their partners at their law firms and so forth. There's always some conflicts of interest when you take a little bit of a deeper look, when you realize why Ethereum is getting the green light in some case and XRP not so much. Well, there you go. There's some comments today from Ethereum co-founder Joe Lubin. Somewhat empathetic to the SEC's case. How about that? Here's a piece from Decrypt titled Dapper Labs took NFTs mainstream and now wants to do the same for DAOs. Yes, Dapper Labs sees a future for DAO on Flow and has acquired Brud, including DAO maestro Trevor McFedries. Come again?
It's probably Brud. If it was Brood, they'd have that little umlaut over it.
Ah, yes. So you think it's Brud or Brood?
I was thinking it was Brood, because Brood at least sounds better than Brud, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's Brud.
Maybe it's bread, but brewed indeed sounds a bit better. Let's have a look here. Of course, Dapper Labs, probably the most famous of NFT development studios in the space. Dapper Labs has launched a new business unit focused on building tools for DAOs, also known as decentralized autonomous organizations. The firm has acquired Brood, or Bread, the startup behind virtual influencer Little Michaela. Bread's Trevor McFedries, also founder of DAO Friends with Benefits, will lead the unit. From CryptoKitties in 17 to NBA Top Shots during the spring's first big market surge, Dapper Labs has been a major force in bringing NFTs to a wider audience. Now the firm is launching new NFT projects on its Flow blockchain and raises funding. It's turning its attention, and raising funding as it turns its attention toward another potentially sizable crypto opportunity, and that's DAOs. Today, the firm, revealed exclusively on Decrypt, has created a new business unit called Dapper Collectives, which will focus on DAOs. To jumpstart this process, Dapper Labs has acquired Brood, or Brood, a startup focused on community building and unique forms of storytelling. DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations, are a hot topic in the crypto world of late. Essentially, they're online communities empowered by ownership stakes, typically in the form of tokens that can take nearly any focus, including funding investments, social interactions, crypto project governance, and more. Yeah, something we touched on just last week, right? We talked about, indeed, we as the people, as the citizenry of the internet, us denizens of this dark web here, we might very well in fact organize along DAO lines in the future. Will government and typical corporate structures become defunct, and everybody will belong to a modern incarnation known as a DAO one day? Private DAOs everywhere, no public organizations whatsoever. That would be interesting. And here is Dapper Labs, apparently heading in this organization. I got to say, Alex, you spent some time in NFTs. You got to admit, these communities are so robust. Maybe we need to take it a step further and indeed organize ourselves into a DAO. When is the CC DAO coming? Might have to put that on the roadmap.
Get to it.
All right, enough of Dapper Labs, and of course Flow, their proprietary chain, or well, maybe not proprietary, maybe it's just a fork of Ethereum or something like that. But Flow, in fact, is one of the bubbles today. Go figure. So this really does come full circle. Flow is one of the bubbles we're going to get into in just a moment. But let's continue, guys. It's only quarter after. I think I can entertain a few more stories. Let's have a look. We have this one from Bitcoin Magazine. MicroStrategy inspires hundreds to urge FASB to change Bitcoin accounting standards. The Financial Accounting Standards Board received hundreds of letters inspired by MicroStrategy that urge U.S. accounting standards to be reconsidered to accommodate companies that hold Bitcoin. The FASB received hundreds of letters inspired by MicroStrategy urging them to update, of course, their accounting standards. MicroStrategy recently wrote to the Financial Accounting Standards Board that this disconnect between an entity's financial statements and the economic reality of its financial condition and results of operations creates confusion and fails to provide investors, analysts, and general public with the information they need to make an informed asset of an entity's current and future prospects. All right, I guess the current way the accountants are running the numbers up probably doesn't suit the accounting style of MicroStrategy. I can see why, maybe the current accounting standards don't quite take into consideration Bitcoin. Maybe it's appreciation in the coming years and so on and so forth. Maybe it's, I'm no accountant, but I presume maybe Bitcoin is tallied unfavorably by the accountants when it comes to big firms like MicroStrategy, and here they are imploring the FASB, the Accounting Standards Board, to maybe rejig how you run the numbers up on firms like us, given how much BTC we hold. All right, well, this is one for the accountants of the live chat to chew through. I'll leave the link in the description below. Not much more to add to that one. Here's a piece from Cointelegraph. DeFi security project Lossless helps recover a little over $16 million from the Cream Finance leak, or hack, I should say. Lossless also plans to ship a security tool that will reportedly aid DeFi projects in preventing hacks and exploits. Very curious about this one. You guys might remember the Cream Finance exploit, which happened just in August. Lossless, a decentralized finance security outfit, has assisted in the recovery of about 5,000 ETH siphoned from the Cream Finance exploit that occurred in August. Tweeting on Monday, Lossless identified white hat security expert Pascal Cavarisasio as being pivotal to the successful recovery of the siphoned funds. As previously reported, DeFi lending protocol Cream Finance suffered a flash loan attack to the tune of $19 million in Ethereum and AMP tokens back in August. Following the exploit, Cream stated it would repay the siphoned funds via fees collected on the protocol to compensate affected users. Detailing the asset retrieval process, Lossless stated that it used its extensive connections within the world of hackers to enable the return of the funds taken during the flash loan attack. Commenting on the recovery process, Chief Business Development Officer over at Lossless told Cointelegraph, "We managed to track down the hacker manually and retrieve the stolen funds for Cream Finance. You could say it was sort of a cyber detective work, not an easy task. Thanks to our boy Pascal, one of our white hat hackers, he helped us track down the hacker." Damn! Man, I need to have Lossless on retainer. This is pretty impressive stuff.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, and the boys at Lossless tracked it down. There's a bit of a detail missing here, in between the parts saying detailed the asset retrieval process. Lossless stated it had used its extensive connections in the world of hackers to enable the return of funds. Manually tracked him down and retrieved the stolen funds. Like, what did you do? You manually tracked him down? Did you just knock on his door? Did you DM him saying, "Hey man, I'm with Lossless. I think it's a good idea you give the people, you give us the 16 million back." Yeah, maybe send Dog after him. Yeah. Fascinating. Any DeFi project out there might benefit from having, like I said, Lossless on retainer. A wonderful story here. The hackers tracking down hackers, bringing the 16 million back to the protocol. Absolutely phenomenal. One of those stories that really warms your heart in this space amidst all the bloodiness. U.Today has a piece titled "Ukrainian police seize 1.2 million worth of crypto from members of a ransomware gang." Yes, so another hacker bites the dust today. Let's take a look. Ukrainian police nabbed 2 ransomware operators in late September, according to a press release shared by Europol earlier today. One of them is a 25-year-old hacker who deployed malicious software on victims' computers, while the other one was responsible for laundering this ill-gotten money. The arrest was possible because of a large-scale investigation conducted by French, American, and Ukrainian law enforcement agencies. While there's some speculation that the arrested individuals may be part of the infamous REvil gang, the REvil gang, Europol did not release the names of the ransomware and enterprises involved. The press release mentions that they were responsible for a few high-profile attacks against European and American companies. All right, so it's pretty safe to presume these aren't just nobodies. Are these guys probably directly related to some of the high-profile ransomware hacks we've seen earlier this year? Something tells me yes, although obviously the authorities have not confirmed this. But let's see here. Over the course of 7 property searches, the authorities seized about $1.3 million worth of crypto and bags of cash with about $375,000, as well as luxury vehicles. Biden admin, of course, blacklisted exchange Suex just last month for allowing ransomware gangsters to launder funds. This is the very first time the U.S. government imposed sanctions on a crypto trading platform. All right, well, F in the chat for the 2 Ukrainians. Bit off more than they could chew. Hopefully this is a good warning, maybe for other hackers down the road. Even the guys who are, laying low in the Ukraine, be warned. Apparently international, you mess with the wrong international companies, you become a major threat to critical infrastructure of a country like the U.S. I presume sooner or later they're going to have their best guys on the case to figure out where you are, and they will hunt you down. So you have been warned.
Oh, but you can't steal from rich people. You can't do that.
No. Clearly, they have the resources to track you down, hackers, so you have been warned. There's nowhere to hide. One or two last pieces of news today. It's 1:24, almost ready to get into the next segment. Trust Nodes piece titled Bitcoin hash rate nears all-time high. Indeed, guys, we have been covering for the last few months the big exodus, the big crash in the hash rate following China's, Bitcoin ban for real this time, seemingly. But now, just 3 months after the world's second biggest economy kicked out 50% of all Bitcoin miners in China, or I think this is poorly phrased, but 50% of the network's miners which reside in China were kicked out by one of the world's biggest economies. Bitcoin's hash rate is now back to nearly all-time highs. As can be seen above, the hash rate has risen to about 177 exahashes a second. It's up 3x from a brief low of 58 exahashes in June 27th. Yeah, we're back at all-time highs. And of course, this is a bit of a proxy, it seems, for the health and the, the sentiment of the network participants. If they're mining heavy, clearly indicates that probably accumulating for the next big run-up, whenever that comes. I'm not going to try to draw too many more conclusions from this piece here, but nonetheless, guys, it's a miracle. It really is stunning to see how far we've come. So much of the network seemed for years to have been dependent and centralized on cheap Chinese electricity, and when the exodus came, a lot of questions were in the air, like how much of this hash rate will recover, how much of it was really dependent on Chinese mining, Chinese cheap electricity, and so forth. Apparently not a lot, because here we are back at near all-time highs. Wow, Bitcoin never bet against Bitcoin, I guess. SEC delays for Bitcoin ETFs, says Bitcoin.com. Regulator finds it, excuse me, appropriate to designate a longer period of time. So once again, the Bitcoin ETFs not yet coming to the U.S. Friday, U.S. securities regulator SEC delayed 4 Bitcoin exchange-traded fund deadlines for another 45 days. The regulator notes that the entity needs more time to decide on the ETF applications. Man, the SEC just can't decide which way they want to go on this. Yes, four different ETFs, all getting told hang tight for another 45 days. When will the floodgates open, dear SEC? But there you have it, guys. I have covered a few news items this Monday afternoon. Let's go ahead and get into the live chat. Let's see, or actually, wait, Bubbles. Bubbles is first. What's going on in the alt space today? Has there been any dramatic moves? I feel like it's a little redder than it was just a few minutes ago. Are we getting a bit of a pullback? SHIB's up 34%. Big day for SHIB. Big day for SHIB. SHIB doing things. Flow, yes, the Flow blockchain up a little over 10%. Luna is up a similar 10%. Omi chain, Ecomi is up a little over 13%. DYDX, Rune, Stacks, and AMP, and a few more up single digits, just under 10% today. And yes, we even have, who did I neglect to mention? Yes, Axie Infinity is up 13%. But there you have it. Also a smattering of losers today. A lot of alts I can see here are down about 5% or so. Otherwise, there you have it. There's a very brief look at the bubbles. Let's go into the live chat. Who's with us this afternoon? All right, so let me just expand out the chat window. And here we go, scrolling up. Shout out to Franklin MC in the D-Live chat. Greetings from the Pacific Church. The Pacific Church. What's the Pacific Church? But Alex, do you know?
I don't know.
All right. Well, we don't know. What is the Pacific Church? Never heard this one. Googling Pacific Church of God. Okay. Apparently that's a church near me. Pacific. All right. Well, churches in Irvine, California, Pacific area churches. Not really, not getting it. But shout outs to Franklin MC. Let's see here. Pacific Northwest. All right. There we go. Ernest the Guy, a big shout outs to you on YouTube. Good rising, everyone. Going to share with you Bankless DAO Markets channel, best TA ever. All right, yeah, Ernest of Gaia does encourage you guys to check out the Markets channel in the Discord server.
markets channel.
Yeah, we don't have a markets channel, do we? Well then, Ernest the Gaia, you might want to drop that in general in that case, but we'll check out Bankless DAO. Thank you for that. Let's continue. Franklin MC spell check went crazy. Okay, spell check indeed went crazy. Which way do we go, up or down? Ask Franklin MC. Tough call. Alex81SG, happy Monday, everyone. Big happy Monday to Alex81SG. Rhino TD, same deal to you. Happy Monday. Profit Bear, dang, my shin is up. Oh, you mean your shiz? Your portfolio was way up today? Good stuff.
It could be that, or
Maybe,
SHIB.
yeah, maybe his leg is in traction. Maybe his leg is up.
Yes, maybe the shin is indeed up.
Yeah, maybe it is up.
Okay. Shout out to Profit Bear. Good luck in your recovery. Rhino TD, my SHIB is up. Okay. Did you mean SHIB? Let's see here. Jordan
no.
Stotts.
Oh no, his SIB bone is up. He's in traction too.
Oof. So we got a lot of people benched today.
Weekend, guys.
Polly B, hey folks, big shout outs to Polly B. Jose Alves is in here as well. Hi guys, shout outs to Jose, Furry Buff, and Johnny. Yo. To dip or not to dip? That is the question. Yes, Johnny, you're absolutely right. Are we going to be dipping? And will you be partaking of the dip? By the dip, boys. Let's see here. Johnny only shows up when he's trying to decide whether to hedge or not. Oof, you might have called it. Daniel. I mean, if we are going down, this 48,000 spot is great.
Right.
Well, this would be a great spot if we go down.
All right, Jason, you sound even harder to hear now. Am I the only one?
I have him at 190%, so you might have to just crank him up to the max.
That's so weird. Every single time I turn my computer off, turn it back on, it's different.
Seems like your mic settings float around.
Because Jason is quiet. It's not just me.
All right. Other people think Jason's quiet. Well, I'm going to turn off a touch more, although I think he's coming through about.
Jason's quiet. They've got to not be hearing Jason right?
Yes, I'm turning him up to 200, guys, and let us know if it makes a difference. Let's continue with the live chat. We have Daniel with us here on YouTube saying, you guys are shadow banned again. Well, I certainly hope not. I'll take a look. Jag077 is with us as well. How about a look at SHIB? Yeah, hang tight. David Rice is with us on DLive. People knocked on the door and asked very nicely while the water boarded the hacker. Yes, that's one way to have got your funds out.
He got $5 attacked.
Yes, the $5 wrench attack, highly effective at pummeling the seed keys out of your victims. Let me see here. Mike Maker, I highly doubt Dog is doing anything at all. He's just a prop for the case.
Dog Bounty Hunter's on the case right now. I hear that he's on that case of that girl who disappeared with her boyfriend. That was on the news.
Yeah.
Apparently, Dog's on that case right now.
Wasn't the boyfriend suspected in that case?
Yeah, he got away.
I mean, it's pretty obvious he probably did it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
He got away. Oof. Well, Dog, you have your next mission set up for you. Let's see here. Whatever it takes. Indeed. Can you take a look at these? Yeah, I see your requests, guys. We'll get them up in a few minutes. A lot of requests pouring in now. Last couple comments. Any word BTC Fear Greed Index is at 54 over 100 neutral. Yes, quite neutral. And Polly B requesting Luna. All right, guys, that's all your comments thus far in the show. Quite a few requests in here. I'm going to start collecting those very shortly, but we're about to get into the next segment, and that is the TA. The TA comes your way right here, right now. Alex, be so kind as to go live. Share your screen. Very curious to hear Alex's insight into crypto and the wider markets. Today, Monday, opening up with a bit of volatility. Looking forward to it. All right, hopping into the main scene. Here we go, guys. No more delays. Currently got Alex on the screen. BTC 15-minute chart on Coinbase. So we're good here. And that's it. Alex, you have the stage. And I'll be back, guys. I will be collecting your requests right now. In the meantime, do enjoy the brilliant TA to follow.
So right now we're just kind of hanging out at resistance. It really appeared we were going to pull back right here. Instead we Instead, we ended up finding support back near 47,000, and now we've pumped back near the highs. I'm trying to decide whether or not we're just kind of dumping volume into the high right here. So if we zoom out just a little bit, see this volume up here that I'm talking about. I think we'll know by the end of this week whether or not we're going down here. At the moment, I would say on lower time frames, it doesn't look fantastic to me, but on the weekly here, we do have a bullish engulfing candle that we just closed. We were currently on the other side of this moving average that's been giving us a lot of difficulty here on the weekly. And you know what? We've also got a new monthly candle. Let's take a look at that.
She got right off to the races.
So this is the candle that just closed. A bullish opening to the month. Well, we need to close the month above 47,250. We'll see what happens here. Let's go back to lower time frames. It's not much good to us right now. Weekly, as we said, bullish close to last week. The 3 days kind of bullish here too. You know, however you want to draw the downtrend here, we broke it. Maybe we should look for another retest of the highs here around 52,250 or so. You see the volume right here. That's kind of interesting. And so far, nothing bearish on the daily. So for right now, despite how bearish I have been feeling all month, well, I guess for the last couple months, I think we could potentially continue to move up from here.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look that way to me too, because yeah, I've been expecting that dip at least down to 35, but at this point, it's starting to show signs that it could just keep going up from here. The technical setup is there.
Yeah, this Ethereum setup is less nice. On the 3 days, you can see we fall below the moving average and then come up to retest it. And this area that we're retesting is also previous resistance and support, and potentially resistance again right here at 3,300-ish, 3,400. Let's go back down to the daily here. We've got big candle, medium candle, smaller candle, reversal candle here. A little bit of a buyback. I think we continue to push up at least towards 3,700 here, the top of this trading range. So right now we're just at the local point of control. I could see us putting in at least some more sideways here over the next few days if we were to fall. It's not going to be tonight. And then Bitcoin is showing a little bit more bullishness right now too while we're talking.
Yeah, lower time frames is taking off.
Yeah, if we can close above 49,000 on the hourly, then we can continue here. Otherwise, we'll get that pullback. I gotta say, this looks strong though. I mean, we probably won't get the pullback here.
Yeah, the 3 hour looks a bit ridiculous, but
yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the broader crypto markets here. Bitcoin dominance continues to find support in this spot. we may see Bitcoin start to outperform a lot of alts here. Not all of them, but many of them. I think if we look at the so here, take a look at this. So Bitcoin up roughly 2% today. Uniswap perp down today. Dragon perp a little bit down today. DeFi perp down today. Exchange perp down today. SHIB perp down.
What's going on? Everybody moving into Bitcoin?
Potentially. Mid
Would
perp
make
is down here, and so is alt perp. So the only alt contract that's up today is privacy perp, which is it's in an interesting spot. This was right near support, unlike say SHIB perp and mid perp here, which are kind of like at resistance still. Well, we have broken the downtrend on privacy perp, so one way or another, I think this could appreciate, but currently it looks like Bitcoin may start to outperform alts. So this is the 3-day for Bitcoin dominance here. This is essentially roughly 40% is this lower area down here. So 40% Bitcoin, 60% alts. See, now we're starting to get some bottoming behavior. This is the weekly. If you ask me, this is just prime to start moving up very rapidly. Maybe we should be moving into Bitcoin here. It's interesting. I'll tell you what, like I said, we will know more at the end of this week. If we get a cross up on Bitcoin here on the time transformation on Bitcoin, and we cross above this this moving average, that could be a very interesting spot to long Bitcoin. But we don't really want to do it until we start making these new highs on Bitcoin, because otherwise this could just be a fake out before we move down. So we want to wait for a little bit of confirmation. But Bitcoin does not look as bad as it has been here.
Move up to 54 before we correct another 50.
Potentially, yeah.
That would destroy so many people's dreams.
Maybe 52. If we got above 52, we'll probably come all the way up to retest 59, 60K. So
yeah, I agree.
At that point, we'll be inside of this trading range up here. All right, so crypto sideways. Crypto. What is crypto today? Is crypto up or down today? Down? Up?
Bitcoin is, but I mean the alts aren't.
Bro, you gotta fix your mic, man. I can't even hear you.
There's literally nothing I can do.
He's coming through okay for me. Do you have him at 200?
No, I don't have him at 200 because I don't want to blast him.
You have to. Just right-click him, drag his shit up all the way to 200. That's what I have him now. He's coming in even with you at 100.
Okay.
This world.
So be it.
All right, so I guess crypto down. I guess dollar up. Let's say crypto down.
Yeah, I mean it's sideways if not down, but Bitcoin's up.
Dollar down today. And interestingly, this is like 1, 2, 3 little tops here, so we could see a little bit of more of a move back here. This really does seem to just be a completed ascending broadening wedge pattern.
Yep.
We come back up, retest this area one more time, and then pop down. Okay, so dollar down, traditional markets up.
Wah, wah.
Oh, wow. Markets just aren't doing what we thought today. Dow Jones doesn't look too hot here for now. I still think we're likely to pull up here on the Dow Jones and just kind of sucker some people into a rally before we drop any further. We've already come quite a bit from the highs here, and this is an area of support. So for now, I think I'm a buyer at support, and then if we start to break below it, it's a it's a low risk position to be in. So ultimately, yeah, ultimately, I think we should still expect something like this. Then we get another last point of supply, and then the Dow Jones goes to hell.
I heard the infrastructure bill failed. Have you been following that at all? I wonder if that's weighing on the markets today.
No, but I mean, this topping behavior is months old. It doesn't, what's happening in the markets is almost like irrespective of the news. NASDAQ, oof.
Big down.
Looks, maybe we're not going to get a retest of resistance here on the NASDAQ. Currently, we're kind of peeling through support here. It's not a good look. It was an obvious short. What can I say, guys? It's not rocket science. What are some of the big tech stocks doing? I'm curious.
I hear they're slipping.
Tesla, it's kind of at resistance. I would consider being a seller if we cross below our uptrend. For right now, I would not do anything with it. AMD is down. Wadatar on the weekly is starting to want to lean into this. Microsoft, oof. Oh no, that's actually a pretty ugly chart. Crossing below the weekly moving average here. But, I think we could still retest the highs on this area, maybe. Oh, man, after we cross below this moving average, or after we cross below our trend, we just fell off a cliff here.
Facebook
Also below our weekly moving average on Facebook.
I hear Facebook was down from someone in the chat, something like that.
Yeah, Facebook's down 20% last month. It's rough.
Jason's referring to the outage today. I think it affected Facebook, WhatsApp, and a few other platforms today.
Like their platforms were like down, not just their stock. Shitty day for Facebook. Take that, Zuck.
They're pulling the rug. Zuck's getting out.
Yep. And then, of course, the S&P 500 also way down today. We're going to look for continued downside until we see a break of this downtrend. At that time, we'll probably get a retest of the highs and then more downside. Yeah, I got to tell you, looking at the traditional markets right now, do they look strong to you? Because they don't look very strong to me. And as we know that crypto just cannot, it can't go without the traditional markets being amenable because too many institutions in crypto these days. Go ahead and look at world markets. Clicking commodities. Gold. We do have a break of the downtrend here. Maybe gold can move up after all. Maybe I have been too bearish on gold. To my eyes, I see a break of the uptrend. It's kind of slowly moving sideways out of it. underneath our weekly moving average. For now, there's just too much reason not to be long gold right here. We've already retested this spot several times. I want to see a bullish movement off of this low before I consider longing here. Silver is really only long here above $23. If we can close above $23, we're back in this trading range, and then we can, and then we could be looking to take this back towards the highs. But until then, it's not worth it. Palladium. I still think this is an area to be taking profits and to be a buyer. We've already moved quite a bit here from the highs. I'd be looking for a mean reversion trade to, back towards just back up here. Platinum. Nah. I think this is still a long. I think we still have a broken trend here. It's probably better to wait for a bullish movement off of this area of support first, and then if we get that, so this is a very strong area of consolidation. This is our local market point of control. So I expect this area to be very strong support, and I do think this is an opportunity to maybe take platinum long, but we want a stronger movement. Copper is starting to make shorts sweat a little bit. We've begun getting higher lows here. Still inside of this this descending triangle formation, which usually breaks down. But when it doesn't break down, will still give us a fantastic measured move all the way back up towards the highs. So we're just going to keep our eyes on this. I suspect we'll be taking this long here on copper. Brent crude oil, definitely parabolic at this point. Ever since we broke above the previous high, we've been looking for $84, and so far Brent crude is not disappointing. What do you do with corn? At this point, if we start to cross down, I would definitely dump this this corn long. There's as long as we're inside of this this trend, there's just no reason to be in it. Natural gas putting in a lot of volume in this area. Interesting. I guess we closed last week above resistance, and we're getting follow through today. We'll see. Soybeans, we never got the break, so we didn't long, and that's why we wait for confirmation. Begun breaking down. We'll see what happens here, but we're probably looking for more downside. Wheat hanging out at resistance. Higher low kind of looks good for continuation. What's the monthly look like here? Yeah, look at this monthly trend. It's pretty strong. World markets. Lots of volume being dumped here at the low. I think we could probably come back up and retest previous resistance. China 50. Definitely going to be getting out of any longs if we cross back below this area of support again. But for right now, I still like this setup. think it's a good area to be long from. And until we break below this area, I would prefer to, to take the low risk option. Sideways on France, probably even more downside. Singapore, more sideways, probably headed down. Hong Kong, down today. This is still a low. I wouldn't do anything with it. UK, down day today. This could be a phenomenal short right here. I mean, after all, we've got lower highs, we've got a downtrend, we've got this consolidation at a high, this overall buying climax, up thrust above distribution right here, last point of supply, yada, yada, yada. Very, very typical topping behavior on the UK 100. India, we're looking for an excuse to short this. Just need a continuation short of some kind. Japan, wow, that's just kind of incredible. I thought we might be getting some support in this spot, but instead we're just kind of off a cliff today.
Man, what happened?
What happened in Japan? This is
what happened?
It's down 5%. That's it. Wow.
Jeez. So don't think that these levels that we're putting on these charts can't be tested, people. They get tested quicker than you think. Damn. That too often.
All right.
Selling's really stepping in here. That's just such an incredible amount of selling in a short amount of time. I highly doubt this area of support will last again. We may get like a small perfunctory kind of bounce off this spot, maybe just like a dead cap bounce back up towards 28.7, but probably a really big shorting opportunity. These sorts of 5% in a single day moves don't happen like that in a bull market, right? Not after like boom, 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 boom. Just so many down days in a row. Where's the bullishness? Where's the bullishness? Hasn't been here all year. Does not look great for Japan. Netherlands, more downside today. Can we say? It's kind of obvious. Taiwan, down day today. If we close below basically 650, this will give us a lower low again. And I think we'll start to see the Taiwan index just rapidly fall apart in this spot.
All right, 2 o'clock. If you do want to, we can head into the next segment or conclude your thoughts on world markets.
I'm working there.
Cool, no rush.
Yep. U.S. bonds just seem to be kind of hanging out near support right now. 5-year found some support back above this horizontal support level that we've been eyeing. 2-year back above previous support. Where's our 30-year? This one looks like it's kind of hanging out at resistance, actually. And then the Russell 2000, I think we can still plan on this falling down, but this has been sideways for so long. We're just still waiting. We've been waiting for the Russell to break down since June at least. These traditional markets, these large-scale patterns, they take a long time to complete, and that's why you have to have firm conviction in your belief for the direction of the markets. it helps if you're like well reasoned and you've been keeping track of the charts. During the last 2 months on the Russell, a lot has happened, but we've kept our view that things in the broader markets are bearish, and they have been since May. And I think largely that's starting to get borne out here. We'll see, but at this point, I would probably be looking for some kind of move down. It's an awful lot of distribution, right? Well, okay, let's go ahead and look at chart requests.
All right, brilliant. The clock striking 2 o'clock, just in time to get into the request line. I have a few requests already lined up for today. Let's get into those now. Maybe read a comment or two first. What do we have here? It is the following. Alex81SG writes a comment. Alts were doing fine until Bitcoin briefly wicked below 47K a few hours ago, and everything popped or pooped instantly. Alex81SG, would you take a look? He asks, this is a general question from earlier, not really a part of this segment, but he asks, would you consider 59,000 as the possible exit pump to this cycle?
I just don't know.
Hard to say.
Way too hard to tell.
I feel like if Bitcoin pumps hard again, it's not going to be the end of the cycle. I'm just not looking for an end of the cycle yet.
Me neither, but I am looking forward to maybe like another corrective, an extended corrective period, kind of like the one Jason has, been kind of floating around in the last few weeks. Yeah, where we might see an extended correction over the next 6 to 12 months before hitting, maybe new all-time highs by middle of next year. So yeah, maybe the 59K would be a top for now before we indeed have to revisit, the 30s.
We gotta let it happen.
Yep.
If it shows strength and closes back above it, we're likely to keep going.
59 would be gnarly, though. That would be the kind of blow-off top I'm looking for this thesis. Because, by 52, 54, people are going to be FOMOing in for sure. They're gonna think 100K is around the corner.
Be a new high. It's not going to be a blow-off top to a lower high.
Okay,
That's
fine.
just not
Someone mentioned to you a little bit ago, Jack, like usually on swing failures and stuff like that, you don't get a blow-off top.
Indeed, that is something you pointed out before. Well, then maybe not so much a blow-off top, but I do think that the FOMO is really going to ramp up once we cross over 52 or so.
I can agree with that.
Yep. And then smack everybody in the face by 59. So Alex81SG, I do partake of that thesis. We will see. In the meantime, let's get into the first official request of the day. Who do we have here? Putting it up on screen now. Here we go. All right, we have Jag077 on DLive coming in with his request to look at SHIB and Axie today. All right, let's look at the Shiba pup. What's it up to?
SHIB looks good here. I would try and snag some on a retest of 10 whatevers, but for right now, I think SHIB looks as if it's exited reaccumulation here, and I would look for new highs on it soon. My first, let's see, these are basically our areas of resistance here. And maybe we can pull out a trend-based fib extension. What do we got? Low, high, low. This is the low. Is this the low? Well, this doesn't line up great with areas of resistance right now. Maybe this chart is just too overextended to use a trend-based fib extension. I mean, just because we pumped so much. What about... I think this area, just 17.5, makes the most sense for an area of resistance. Anyway, yeah, number can go up. you look at it on the weekly here, this looks like a clear, it's almost an inverted head and shoulders. So, but either way, this is clearly a bottoming pattern. So I would try and buy on a retest and then look to take it for a retest of the highs or a retest of some sort of resistance that's higher than where we are right now. What's next?
All right, let's get into the next request. Well, it's actually the latter half of JAG 077's request. He wants to look at AXI, AXS. Hey, Jason, remember when you told me to buy SHIB 2 months ago?
Yep. I sure do.
That was the spot.
I told you to put the tip jar in.
Would have been way up.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially a blow off top. Today does not look good. If we close today like this, you should just get out. It'll really depend on how we close, but it's too late to get in. And if we cross under here for time transformation, I definitely want to get out. If we have a big wick like this, I'd want to get out. Yeah, things are very nice, but we literally just 3x'd in the last week and a half, so just now's not the time to be a buyer. It's just not.
Yeah.
What's next?
All right, well, let's get into the next one. What do we have here? That was, of course, JAG 077's request to open up the day. AXI and SHIB are in the bag. Here is the next request. It comes from Alex81SG. He writes, can you look at the SDAO USDT and Form USDT? Let's start with SDAO.
All right, so I like SDAO in this spot. I actually entered an SDAO position right over here when we got the break of this downtrend. I'm trying to decide if it's like a log or a linear trend. Either way, the trend is broken, whether you look at it as a log or a linear trend. I don't like that. I especially don't like that after I bought, we immediately started moving back down. But you know, that's just how price is. At this point, if we cross back below $2.10, I would be out. That's kind of where, you know, my well, it's Uniswap, so I don't have a stop, but this is where my mental stop is. It's not guaranteed that it goes up, but I think things look bullish here. So far, we've held the linear uptrend. We've broken the linear and the logarithmic downtrend. You know, on the weekly, you look at this and you think, we still got plenty of room to move up here. So that's my feeling on SDAO. I like it. I wish I had waited for even more confirmation, but I thought the break of trend was enough. We'll see. You know, it's a single position. If I lose it, it's like 2% of my account. It's just how you got to play it. So figure out how much of your account would lose if price went down roughly 33% from where it is, and risk manage. What's next?
All right, big shout outs to, whoops, how did I do that? Let's get back to the main screen. Shout out to Alex81SG. That was look at SDAO, but he has another one still in mind, and it's Form USDT.
Huh. Maybe this is actually a good place to be a buyer. What if we look at this and we think Wyckofian accumulation?
Spring.
You know, this is really more of a spring. You know, people bought here, people bought here, people bought here. People are suckered into selling. Ow, 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 ow. We break the downtrend. Where's the picture? Come on. Show it to me. The other one. Come on. These guys suck. Stock charts has the best Wyckoff explanation. Okay. So this is what we're kind of looking for. Potentially. Yeah, I think if you held a gun to my head, I would prefer to be a buyer here. What's next?
All right. Well, big shout outs to our boy Alex81SG in the DLive chat. There's your look at SDAO and Form. Form USDT in the bag. Getting into the next request, we have Poly B. Poly B requesting CELR. CELR. And the DLivian users stand by. Going to be stocking that chest in just a moment. We're opening it up in about 5 minutes.
I would do nothing with this. We're literally inside the no trade zone right now. We appear to be breaking the logarithmic uptrend. Just kind of trading sideways out of it right now. It's not great. We see volume kind of falling off here. Let's see, where's our macroscopic uptrend? Yeah, we could come down from this spot and retest the, like, maybe 10 cents or so. Where's that? Yeah, 10 cents is 10, 11 cents. Look at this. Like this area right here. Come back down to this area. Continue. I don't want to be bearish when we're making new all-time highs, right? Generally, you know, when price is making new all-time highs, we can keep going when we're in price discovery. So I'm not saying you should dump it, but you know, keep your eyes on the various trends. And if you just bought recently, like up in this area, I would consider, you know, just kind of gracefully exiting. What's next?
All right, big shout outs to Poly B. There is a look at CELR. Hey, CELR, remember when I promised I would sell you last? I lied. All right. Well, let's have a look. Getting into the next request, we have DERO. We have DERO for any word on DLive. Wants to look at DERO, mentioning that it's up 8% in the last day. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, DERO's still marching up.
Wow. Well, I think it turns out that I was wrong about DERO. This looks bullish, especially today's close is essentially looking like it's going to close above resistance. Maybe we're never going to get this buy zone.
It looks strong.
3-day continuation signal we got over the weekend. Well, I mean, it's above the qualifying line, but other than that, I mean, it's kind of along on my system. I guess DERO could continue here. Maybe I've just been wrong about DERO. Maybe I've been too bearish on everything and didn't give DERO enough of a chance. What's next?
All right, there is your look at DERO. Shoutouts to Anyword. Hopefully you're riding the DERO train up. Let me take a look at the time here. It's about time to open that DLive chest. I just stocked it. So I'll tell you what, guys, this is your warning. I'm going to click the open button in about 30 seconds. In the meantime, let's introduce the next request. We got a 3-pack here from Mike Maker. Yeah, we're doing okay on time. Maybe we can entertain even all 3. BitTorrent token, XRP, and of course its compatriot XLM. Elivians, get ready.
This looks like a lot of alt charts. I mean, I would rather be in Bitcoin or lots of different alts. I mean, let's look at XLM Bitcoin. Currently kind of falling off a cliff, right? I don't know if I'm really interested in being an XLM buyer in this spot. What if we go down and retest the lows? For now, with Bitcoin dominance rising and XLM Bitcoin looking so weak and really kind of below support already. So see we fall. So support. We fall below it, and then we have these, and then we see these wicks up into previous support here and here. Now resistance. It's not a great look. I say that you should say no to XLM. What's next? Say yes to Bitcoin instead, apparently.
Apparently, yeah, that's the case. Before we get into the next request, of course, going to shout out today's big lemon giveaways winners. Well, it turns out it was a bit of an inside job today. All CC insiders taking the top spots.
Every day.
Yes, it's pure DLive robbery, guys. This is where the rug finally gets pulled.
We got the lemons, guys. We got the lemons. Let's go. We just Ocean 5'd them.
Yeah, this has been the whole scheme the whole time. Now we're leaving.
Shout out to Jason taking an 84 lemons today. Rhino TD coming in second with 48 lemons. Yours truly with 35. Anyword and PDD 63 rounding out the 4 and 5 spot. All right, enough of that. We're going to get into the next request. Just restoring the music here, and we're back. All right, we have the following. One of the last requests of today comes from Polly B requesting Luna.
Wow. What strength. It looks beautiful. Even today looks beautiful. I say you can stay in here, no problem. You've probably got more upside. As a matter of fact, I think someone could probably buy in today and see more upside. I just don't see any weakness at all in Luna. We couldn't even make it back to previous...
yeah, that's super surprising.
Previous support was like down here.
Yeah, you don't.
We never even... previous resistance is right here. We never even really touched it. Oh well, you know,
Maybe
I was wrong.
Maybe a hint at further future.
Okay, so yeah, Luna looks incredibly strong. What's next?
Yeah, looking a bit like DERO, looking super good. Shouts to anybody rolling with Luna in their portfolio. Polly B, looking at you. Congrats. Let's keep it rolling. Only got a couple of requests left this Monday afternoon. Jag077 writes, looking out for the look out for the pump and dump on SHIB. Can we give SHIB a look? All right. I could swear we looked at SHIB already. We did. In fact, we opened the request line with SHIB, but indeed, Jag warns everyone, look out for the pump and dump on SHIB. Might not be a pump and dump.
A long time. There's been a lot of accumulation on SHIB. This is a genuine pump. No one's pumping and dumping SHIB. There's too many holders and stuff. I don't think you could do that right.
Yep.
It'll take a lot more money.
Stop approaching things like SHIB rationally. there could be plenty of people out there hungry for more meme coins. All right, it's like the meme of the cat with hungry cat going more. That's what the average
Meme coin people have started to transfer over to NFTs. And if you think about it, NFTs are way easier to meme than shitcoins.
Way easier.
Oh, it's
They're
incredible.
like basically visual memes, half of them.
Precisely.
Yeah, just looking at them is the whole thing.
Yes, it's so much easier to kind of wrap your head around and get excited about versus what you're over on Cardano's community and you're talking about the next hard fork and then how your smart contracts and how your confirmation technologies. I mean, that's hard for the average person to get excited about and rep their team. NFTs, yeah, so much easier I think for the average person to digest, but indeed, consumer trends here among retail suckers.
NFTs are going to be great for onboarding people into crypto.
Yep, because they have to use crypto in order to trade them.
Yeah. Now, I think everyone will probably end the bull market very burned by NFTs,
Yeah.
But
no one's gonna be buying
as
this
far
shit.
as onboarding people, I think a lot of people are going to learn a lot about crypto.
Absolutely, even if a lot of it will likely end in tears, but maybe these are just the cycles these markets repeat, and in the end, the net result is more adoption, even if you lose people from peak numbers. But with that said, let's get into one of the last requests of the day, and we have this for Jonah Love the Show on DLive. Have one for you guys. Don't laugh at me. I am a shitcoin king after all, but this stuff pays. Please look at RACA. That's spelled RACA. RACA Finance, is it? Let's go look at RACA coin. Radio Caca price? Are you kidding me?
It looks good, man, but it's kind of a bit too late for anybody else to get into. Should have said something last week, buddy.
Yeah, where were you last week, bro?
Yeah. Too busy listening to Radio Caca is what he was doing.
I know. If you told me about Radio Caca just last week and the exclusive management of the May Musk Mystery Box NFT and this new DeFi GameFi vehicle for the US metaverse that Radio Caca is producing, I would have friggin' aped in right there on the spot. Jonah, love the show. Thank you for the RACA request.
That radio song by Queen.
Well, I mean, thanks, but no thanks. It's too late for us now. Boo, this man.
Oh,
yeah, Radio Gaga, right? Mm-hmm.
Radio Goo.
There you go. All you hear is about shitcoin RACA and shitcoin Caca. There's just one after another in this space. When will we get a true hit from the sewers of crypto development?
And 68 million.
Wow. Well then, Radio Caca, we proudly present. Let's get off this topic. We've said enough on this piece here, and we have the very, very last request of the day, just in time. PDD63 writes, can we look at STORJ USD, please?
Meh. Looks like a lot of other charts. Not enough momentum. Just doesn't look that strong to me right now. I think we can push up towards $1.50 again, but I see a lot of resistance in that spot. I don't really want to buy it below this area. I think it's more likely that we fall down towards 75 cents again. That's interesting volume down here. What's next?
We had a late request come in from the illustrious Ron Legato. Wants to look at XTZ very quickly, so maybe we can hear him around. We still have a couple more minutes.
TZ went off.
Tezos went off, eh?
Pretty good.
This looks good. So we had really strong resistance here at $7.50. We ended up pulling back about 40% or so, but we ended up holding the uptrend here. And this weekend we broke above 750, and this looks good to go to new highs right now. I would try and grab it on a retest of 750 if you can. We can pull back towards this area, and then take it towards $11 or so. What's this area? 1080, $11. I'm sure we'll probably wick through it.
All right, brilliant. Polly B, the live chat, sorry, no, Jonah loved the show. The live chat reminds us that indeed last week I gave you Udo, so we can't fault her or him for not giving us Radio Kaka because they delivered us a gem last week. Udo, do you remember Udo from last week?
Udo is basically sideways. Not much going on with it right now.
It's a gem, I tell you. All right, that would probably be it.
Kaka, then Udo.
Kaka's no Udo, you don't say?
Well, I mean, it hasn't Kaka'd. Udo's just off being Udo right now, but Kaka is like in the air. So
kudos for not Kaka.
Yeah.
Well, the Radio Kaka is really hitting the fan this Monday afternoon here on the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Big shout outs to it was the Tesla's request from Ron Legato. Finally, we have another user sneaking across the line here at the last minute. I don't know if we really want to entertain this one, but it's from David Rice. Wants to look at Litecoin if there's time.
Oldie but a goodie.
I don't want Litecoin until we start to move up more. I really don't like how we're just hanging around. We haven't really gotten a strong reaction off the lows yet. And it looks like it's just at resistance to me, right? Nothing really super special here. I don't really want it. On the other hand, it's like it is a long on my system. Maybe I'm just being too biased here. I guess we could move back towards resistance here. I don't really like the looks of it. Yeah. Can I say it's a long on my system, but I'm just not feeling it. What's next?
All right, there you have it. Jason, you had some thoughts on Litecoin?
No, I said I believe that's it. Like,
That's it.
request card.
Yes, sir. That's it. Here we are, heading toward the exits. Let's get the outro graphics on the screen for you guys and move toward the doors. We got, of course, a little reminder, premium.cracking cryptocurrency has a great deal of swag in there. Hold on, did Mr. Ether? Oh, no. We have somebody else in here. Broke my my layout, but no big deal. Let's continue. Pardon the interruption. Yes, the premium.cracking cryptocurrency, of course, contains many great tools and resources for any aspiring day trader out there. We do, of course, have the Pathways to Profits course that really turns you into a systems-based, trend-following trading machine, much like our analysts here on the air every day demonstrate. Do highly encourage you guys to check out all our cool premium material. I'm sure I'm speaking to the choir here, but I do have to remind you of that. And yeah, we also have timestamps if you do like our show. You do want to review any part of the show you may have missed. Do check out the replay on YouTube, including timestamps. There's even a channel in the Discord called New Content, where I push the replay and all timestamps to that channel soon as they're up, so you get a little notification and you're pinged when they're ready. Beyond that, there's one last thing I have to mention. I nearly forgot, and that is, of course, Mr. Ether. Mr. Ether's back for another fantastic giveaway. Crypto Bull last week decided to pay his price forward, so Mr. Ether's putting another $50 best request of the week prize up. So we'll be keeping, or Mr. Ether at least will be keeping an eye on your request, guys. Do tune in for the rest of the week for your chance at that $50 in crypto coming from your boy, Mr. Ether. Shout outs to last week's winner, Anyword with DERO. Every request you put in this week gonna be a possible entry into Mr. Ether's giveaway, so check that out. With all that out of the way, guys, it's pretty much time to book it. Much love to our audience. Final words to the analyst.
Trade safely, guys.
Yeah, trade safely. To be honest with you, this week, like Alex mentioned at the beginning, this week might be a no trade week for me in the sense that I really just want to see what we're going to do here. I think there's a lot of time left. We're probably going to have a lot of volatility in each way, so there's probably a lot of people who are going to get caught in these situations. So this week might be one that I sit on my hands. I'll just have to see what kind of signals I get during the week, but just take that with whatever you will. Like I just know that this week is likely going to hurt some people in either direction. So just make sure you're trading carefully, man.
Yep, could be more volatility to follow. Sure, would be nice to just sleep through it all. Much love, guys. We're out of here. Peace.
Goodbye.